बंदे को भी उसने क्या क्या बोला है। और अभी आप सब लोग नए नए कोचेस हैं, तो आप प्लीज डू दिस जॉब, एटलीस्ट टेक लिटिल इंटरेस्ट। आई एम नॉट आस्किंग यू वेस्ट फुल ऑफ योर टाइम, इट्स जस्ट 1 hour or 2 hours of program, you can get it done. So thank you very much, and I again request you people all to submit the things in a proper way or and proper time. Thank you. Pandian, please, you
Yes,
can
sir.
go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Yes. Today's our topic is training for youth and multi-year training program. Okay. So in youth and multi-year training program, as research states that the one minute, somebody is doing something with this. Somebody is scratching this thing and all. Please don't do it in the screen. Okay. Yes. So the training for youth and multi-year training program. So in training for youth and multi-year training program, what we have to understand is the physiological aspect, physical aspect of the trainees and the adaptation load, this thing. So research states that the highest performance can be achieved only through this multi-year training program. But in understanding the youth, there is development of youth. You can see there is a 3 concept driven these things. This is a distinct process which say growth, maturation, and adaptation. These have important implication for the training and competition of the youth. So growth is what is the increase in overall body size, which changes in muscle, bone, which changes muscle, bone, and fat, and this affect the motor skills. The growth implicated because different part of the body growth at different rates. Period of growth starts and stop at different time. So it depends on the individual to individual, the growth starts, but the actual growth in the growth spurt or growth spurt in this mass and his strength, it may vary with the few months or few years, that's all, but it may be similar. So when you come for maturation, genetically it is programmed series of changes leading to maturity. This is attaining the age of attaining the puberty. These changes occurs in the same sequence in everybody, but there are great individual differences when the puberty starts. How long it takes, how much growth occurs in adults and growth spurt. Growth spurt is in height happens first, is followed by growth spurt in weight, then followed the strength. Then comes third part is adaptation. It is not the genetic factor, but it is through the adaptation can be increased through the intensive training. That is what we are going to see in the coming slides, along with some suggestions and your principles. We are going to see this thing. So the even spread in growth and maturation in young people of the same ages make chronological age of the limited value in determining the development status of the young person. The chronological age is the age how much long he lives and his intelligence and mental abilities based on that age. So it purely determines the development of the intelligence of the child when we start the training based on the chronological age. One minute, its system is hanged. I'll go to the next slide. Yes. So when we see about the growth, phases of growth, it is distributed in the 6 phases. You can see there is a rapid, very rapid growth in the height, followed by then slow deceleration of growth till the age of 6. You can see here the starting from the 1 and 2, there is a very rapid growth. Then second stage is you can see the steady growth of age until 6, onset of growth to growth spurt. Growth spurt, it is said that age of 12 to 15 in the male child. This is the growth spurt of the male child. So height, maximum height, peak height velocity, you can see that the 13 is thing he reaches the maximum height. That's the peak height velocity which he reaches the boy. Then rapid growth until the peak velocity height. That is it is shown in the figure that 13 years of age. Then rapid deceleration of the growth, after that the growth spurt. Then slow deceleration, then cessation of the growth after the 18 years of age. It also based on the individual peculiarities. When you come across the comparison with the male and female, you can see the female growth spurt is somewhat 1 or 2 years before the male, and it ends also before the male, as you see in the figure. So in centimeter it is given. You can see it is the early the growth spurt. It starts from the 11 to 12 years. Here in the boys, you can see the 13 to 15 years, the maximum, the peak height where they reach. So we have to understand the growth spurt of the height in order to training. So it also states that the research states that the strength training when we give, it is the after 12 to 18 months, there will be effect of the improvement in the strength after the peak height velocity. Then we can see here with the puberty, with the relation with the puberty and adolescent from the birth, we can see the theoretical model of strength development factors in male. It is given by Kramer, W.J. Fry, and some other persons. They have done some research in the resistor training in youth. So you can see here clearly in the picture from the birth to the adolescent age, where and when. So you can see the strength parameters and strength and this testosterone level. This is a secondary sexual hormones. When we develop this thing, the testosterone in males, we can see here that there is a sudden burst of this or increase of this strength and testosterone level during the stage of the puberty, after this puberty, attaining the puberty. Okay, then your nervous system, you can say it is the left side of the face. You can see here, it is going from the birth itself, the nervous system development it takes. And the theoretical fiber differentiation. The differentiation makes the ability after the puberty stage, their ability to differentiate the activity, that's explosive or strength activity and coordination of the muscle. This thing happens after the puberty, because that is the stage where we involve them in the maximum exercises for the specifically. Then the theory of adaptation. The adaptation is not the genetic, it is a training variable. You can see the first A, B, C, I have differentiated it. When we give the optimum training stimulus to them, the new varied stimulus, you can say, you keep on changing the new varied stimulus, there is a improvement and adaptation of the trainees. Then the next B, you can see that when the same stimulus is being continued, the performance level is not much high as the previous one, as we see. Then third one is the excessive training, that we have to be very cautious during the training of the youth. So when we do the overtraining, we say overtraining, burnout, this thing is happening in youth because of the excessive training stimulus. It should be new varied, and it should be varied in load, in hours. We will see in the later slides. Then there's some research. We have to understand when these children, male and female, will differ and they will develop this kind of strength. Because in youth, we have to see whether their grip strength, these some factors we have to see before this training and all, because it is also a major factor of determining the performance. So here comparison, you can see the grip strength. This is a research given by E. Metheny. He has conducted research in the elementary school and preschool stage. You can see here, it states from 6 to 12 years of age. At the 8 years, you can see the both girls and boys are the same level. Their grip strength level is the same. And comparison, you can see at the age of 12, it is some difference, but the stages of growing is keep on increasing. Maybe the difference in pounds, they vary, but it keep on increasing. This is where you can see in 12 years, we start the training for the girls. Later slide, we will see. 11, 12 years, we start the training for the girls for the technical training. It's not the actual training we will go for, the technical training, because actual training will start only after the puberty. Then you can see the balancing ability of the girl child. So some test, the walking test has been conducted by Mr. S.G. Seashore. So it also improves with the growing age and the girl child. Then comes the explosiveness. This is a vertical jump. You can see the 7 years, the girl and boy are the same. So we have to understand the differences of the girl child and the boy child, the different abilities of him to develop in the early stage. Because our training, what we're going to discuss is purely based on this only. We have to understand the children's, what they develop, how to develop, and the means what we develop these things and all. So you can see the 11 years, it has given the 11 years. The difference is much high. You can see the inches in inches, it is given 11.7 and 10.5, though it is increasing. At the 10 years, you can see from the 9 to 10 years, there is a leap. And 8 to 9 years, you can see 7.5, hardly less than you can say less than an inch. But in between 9 to 10 years, there is a leap, you can say. And in 10 to 11 years of a girl child, there is less than half an inch. And in boys also, it is the same. So we have to develop this thing through this various multi games and these things. We can develop the abilities of this child. When how does the programming of a design and supervised resistance training, properly design and supervise the resistance training helps in the training in the youth? It is relatively safe for youth because you constantly design a program based on the adaptation of the child, based on the development of the child, characteristic of the individual peculiarities of the child, and you supervise the resistance training. It is a purely safe for the youth. And this National Strength and Conditioning Association of USA has been done some research on this in youth training, this children's and youth training. They state that there is a injuries are more in this football and this gymnastic other sports than in weightlifting. It was reported to nil. Why? Because this does not mean we start the training with weights and all, we go for the weights. The program, properly designed program, we go for designing the developing of the qualities with the own body weight. Then we go with the technical training. Then we slowly increase the adaptation level of the child. Then it can enhance the muscular strength and power of youth, because you understand during the designing and supervising, we understand the understand the abilities what the child have and when we should develop these qualities in a child. So can improve the motor skill performance, may contribute to enhance the sports performance of the youth. So this also Ivan Medvedev, he's a great coach from Bulgaria. He stated that 11 to 14 years in a male child, it is an ideal time to start the technical training for the youth because their coordinative ability is very much high. So this youth training, we emphasize on technical training at the early stage, along with this, the basic, these qualities, what can be developed. So this can increase the athlete resistance to sports related injuries, because you slowly increase the adaptation level of the child of the various variable, what you are acquainted with. So the injuries in that sports related is very much minimized. So help to improve the psychosocial well-being of the youth. So psychosocial, we mean how he talks with the coaches, the socially, publicly, how he is dealing with them, and during the training process with the fellow trainees. So this is a thing we develop and we have to educate them during this process. So can help to promote, develop exercise habits during the childhood and adolescence. So we have to, what the main thing, this stage, the puberty stage and all, the distraction of the child will be much more. So our role as a coach, we have to see that this childhood, during this childhood, he has been regular, he is concentrative, this training is continuous, he is in control his emotions. So this thing we have to be very cautious with them during this stage. Then the variables that develop in youth, you can see the explosive exercise for leg, back, arm, like jumping with own body weight. This thing we can give. Back and arm, you can use the medicine ball, throwing the medicine ball, shot put, and any other thing, the means we can use. The grip strength. Then grip strength like the hanging from the horizontal bar. So we can give the hanging in order to develop the grip strength and other exercises. The strength exercise with own body weight and with weights should be given gradually. Then the speed, the basic, the sprint, the 30 meters, 60 meter sprint, as we studied in other classes with related with the motor ability. Then the basic endurance, then technical training, Then this mental ability, this you can see here, concentration, confidence, control, and commitment. These are the generally considered main qualities, mental qualities that are important for successful performance in the children's. You can see that during this stage, the research states that they will be very much their mental ability, they will be distracted from many other things. So we have to make them, train them to ability to concentrate, their confidence, increase the level of confidence, their control and commitment, control of like emotions, your anxiety, this thing and all, anger during these phases. Then the program that variables that should be considered when designing a program, youth resistant program, is that warm up, your choice of exercises, training intensity, rest and interval between exercises, then repetition, your training frequency, program variable. So when we see the warm up and cooling down, so during the warm up, there has been some research also. It states that there is a negative impact of strength and power performance in adult and in adolescent. There is a rise in interest in warm up. Because of this dynamic movement, the static stretching has been found to be a negative impact on the strength and power performance in adult and adolescent. So you have to give them the warm-up. During warm-up, we give them the dynamic movement rather than static stretching. The static stretching will be very, very much helpful during the cool down process, but not in the early stage of the session. That is the warm-up session. So it should be optimum. It should enhance the neuromuscular function. So this thing have to be choice. Then choice and order of exercises. So these exercises, the choice of exercises, you have to see which exercise is for the speed, which exercise is for explosive, which exercise for coordination, which is exercise we are going to give the technical exercises for developing, which snatch, clean, jerk. So these exercises, the order of exercise states the speed, explosive, coordination, and technical exercise should be at the starting of the session rather than at the end of the session. So the training intensity volume. The training intensity volume should be planned, should be controlled. So in order to increase the adaptation level of the child, and for adaptation, we have to train them in the volume and intensity that should be planned and controlled way. Then rest and exercise and set between the exercises. So it is also one of the major factors during this thing, because if the rest between the sets and exercises is minimized, so the purpose of your training, if you are going for the speed or explosive, if you give the rest, minimize the rest in between these sets, so it will not gain the explosive, it will go for the endurance part. So rest between set repetition exercise should be optimum. The length of rest interval set exercise is a program variable primarily important to the coaches. So because acute force and power production may be compromised if the rest interval is too short. So this is one of the reasons we can state that our force and power production will be compromised in the sense it will decrease with the rest, the duration which you reduces. Then the endurance part will develop. So the motive what we giving for explosive development will not be attained. So longer rest interval, at least 2 to 3 minutes for primary multi-joint exercise are typically recommended during the training process. 2 to 3 minutes is enough for them to control. Then repetition should be controlled based on the training variable and aim. And training frequency. So early stage, what we do 2 to 3 times, and we make them children's or this adolescence age, we make them before the start of the actual training. We give them multi-sports and involving specifically 2 to 3 days per week in the main, our technical task or our main sport. Then program variation is purely based on the long-term performance gains. It is nothing but the periodization what we know. Then there is a model of multi-year training program. We will see here, discuss about the 3 models of multi-year training program from youth. One is the Canadian model. It's a long-term athlete development model. Then the Russian multi-year training program. Then the Cuban, the performance-based training programs. When we see here, this is what the Canadian model states, that at the start, the training, when you start at the 13 or 14 years of age of a child, there is a rapid increase in the performance and peaking at the after the 8 years. And this also, they also state that you need, the Canadian model states, you need at least 10,000 hours of training, uh, including general and specific, for performing the highest. That is in the minimum 8 years. They have 10-year rule. In order, you can see above the 10-year, it is the maximum height you can reach, this 10, 11 years. Then it is gradually decreasing. So this thing had been adapted from Mr. R.A. Roman. He is a, you can say, doctor, and very much well known. He is a weightlifting author. So he states in Dynamic of Weightlifting Performance, the Russians, the Cubans, everything. Now the Canadian also follow the same. It is the same thing what they have been adapted from this diagram. It was given 34 years before this thing. You can see the training age starts from 14 years of age. Then there is a steep, the maximum acceleration, less acceleration. Then there is a stabilization phase and the decrease. So each phases is based on these phases. What this dynamic weightlifting performance is purely based on the growth, maturation, and adaptation of the child. Okay, so this thing, same thing, they have adopted, but the difference is they are doing the training variables in some hours. You can see the long-term development, the Canadian model, the 10-year rule research suggests that it takes 10 years and 10,000 hours in training for an athlete to perform an elite. During this time, athlete training must be addressed to compromise physical, physiological, cognitive. So this training also constitutes not only the specific training, the weightlifting training, they also indulge him in the physical training, mental training. Everything includes this 10,000 hours. In Olympic weightlifting, historical evidence suggests that minimum of 8, some research they have done. So minimum 8 years of training is required to develop the ability to compete at the international level. This is what you can see here in this Canadian, the maximum peaking stage, you can see the minimum is the age where you maximum height you can reach. This is you can see this stage, they are mentioning at the minimum 8 years you need for the international level to achieve. Then additional 4 years for the training is necessary to complete at the elite international level, such as World Championship and the Olympic Games. It purely variables. Now they have given this chart in order to easy to understand, and they have divided some phases. We can see here the physical literacy, then learn to train, then train to train, then train to compete, learn to win, and train to win. So last week also some Mr. Iyengar, he stated regarding this thing, the long-term athlete development, but that was in general. We are going to see this a specific how they will be. So when the training age, actually this is a general training age, they start from 6 years. Here you can see the physical literacy in the sense, in male and female, they are given what are the qualities that can be developed. Here you can see here, though the growth starts of the girl child earlier, they are starting this training for the girl child earlier itself. You can see here the comparison, the speed develop at the speed 1 at the right side corner, you can see it's agility and quick than less than 5 seconds, quickness less than 5 seconds. So the 5 factor of speed, 5S, you can say the stamina is the endurance, the strength, speed, skill, and suppleness. Suppleness is flexibility. So after each age group, you can say with the development stage or the growth stage, you can see they are developing some qualities based on male and female, their abilities. The speed 1, you can see the 6 and 8 years, the speed 1 here, 7 to 9 years. So girl and boy child, female and male, they differ in this thing. And the dark mark, you can say this as the developmental age. This is we can say the adolescent age is the developmental age. After you are attaining the puberty, that is the stage. And you can see here, they are marked the strength parameters after this thing. After you can see the 15 years, they have put this strength parameters. It will develop and it will go on. Why? Because they also state that it will take after the peak height growth 12 to 18 months to for achieving the maximum strength of your part. Because after the growth part, only the weight spurt or the mass will grow. After the puberty stage, the mass will grow in you. then only the performance, the strength parameters will be going. So here the speed too, you can see the male and female, the speed too is what? The explosive, the power, lactic power and capacity up to the 20 seconds. Those speed explosive, the running speeds, this thing, the sprint, you will do sprint explosive, the ability to, we've seen in previous slide also, the during the maturation, this thing, the ability to contract the muscle, the variation, the variable of the muscle, that will be in this stage only. So they are marked here. This stage you can see the 15, and girl child you can see after the 11 and 12, because they are attaining here, you can see the 11 years, after 11 years on average they are attaining their puberty, and here after the 12 years, 13 years, the boys are attaining. You can see the development age is from this thing what you have mentioned in the top corner, in the top center. So this factor we have to understand how and when they are doing this training, giving this training on based on their individual respective qualities. So here what this, when they develop individual tempo, development of various with each athlete capabilities and maturation. So these exercises are based on their capabilities and maturation. They're based on testing and monitoring. So when the selection, the physical literacy, when the selection part is going on, they will be doing based on testing and monitoring. Monitoring whether to keep them continue with the training, or whether they are very much acquainted, or the adaptation level is good in them or not. That is the thing what they are seeing. Then after this stage, you can see the physical development and mental cognitive development. As we discussed, the control, commitment, these factors constitute in children. We have to develop this thing, continuity, this thing we have to develop in children during this phase, because their distraction will be more. Then after a certain age, as they mentioned, after the 9 years or 8 years, they're based on the sports science and normative data. So they have some plan they will do after 8 years. When they achieve this performance, minimum 8 years, it will be, their performance will be based on sports, purely sports science and normative data, and you have to achieve the maximum performance or strength or explosiveness. Then diagnosis determine the individual strength and weaknesses. So based on this sports science data, they will diagnosis and individual weakness will be different when they go for the elite, this Olympic World Championship, this thing in that. Next, we can see there is some classification of the competition structure. It's purely based on each model have their separate individual types of classification of this athlete. Here it is novice, provincial class, national class, international class, and inter-elite world class. You can, left hand side you can see the training age, then the classification, then the physical literacy, what we see, the stages, the six stages we saw there. It is the one, yes, the 6 stages what we start there. 7th is live for life. The train to win is the till then it is the 6 stages we can see. Based on this level of competition also they decide. And right hand side is the chronological age. You can see 0 to 9 years for women, 0 to men 0 to 10, and women 0 to 9. So each phase for novice they have some certain ages. Then for provisional you can see 13 to 17, 12 to 16. Because chronological, why they are mentioned, because it is the intelligence and the capabilities of the child, mental abilities of the child, which determines the phase. Because the training age may be 3 to 5 years, but your ability of learning the skill is not sufficient, means you will not be promoted to the next stage unless you learn the skill completely. Okay, you have mastered the skill. I'm talking about the skill. So then provision, train to train. So here in this model, they have differentiated the classified the structures according to the age, your training age, and your learning process, how they are doing, and level of competition. They say the 25 plus 20 to 21, the senior international level A and B events. So this is the world championship, the Olympic. They will go for this after the 8 to 12, in between 8 to 12 years. They will go for this thing, attaining the maximum your performance. So these stages have been divided into let me explain about this, what are the development qualities, or what the kind of trainings they will give in these stages. So first stage is the active start. This is the 0 to 6 years. You can see children's the basic physical movement and playing in play settings. So they will emphasize them on the developing the physical coordination, motor skills, brain functions. As we see in the previous chart also, diagram also, Olympic trainability also, they will give them such a training socially and concentration that psychologically to develop their brain function. Then the fundamental stage. Here they will give in general like running, jumping, throwing, hitting, kicking activities later, which will later form the basis of the sports game. So then they will this stage, fundamental stage. After this training and their monitoring, they will decide which game, if they are suitable for the weightlifting, definitely they will select them. And this motive is to like fun only. This is not the competitive way. Then the third stage, learn to train. So ages between 9 to 12 in male, 8 to 11 in female. The children transform their fundamental skill, what they are, this is running, jumping, throwing. It will transfer into sports specific skills, the weightlifting skills within the structured training setting. So their planning will be such a way that the stage by stage, they will develop some qualities, the mental qualities, then their physical qualities, then they will transfer them into the skill, the specific skill. Then this stage, the train to train. So here actually they will, the sports specific skill, they will start the sports specific skill. You can see the 12 to 16 and 11 to 15 in the males, they will start this before this theory also suggests that before this puberty, they will be included in the learning the skill of the training, the sports specific. In pre-adolescence and adolescence, consolidate the basic sports skills and may begin moving towards the specialization of one sports. So they will start the skill before this puberty. After, when they acquaint with the puberty, have the puberty, then when the development of the strength, they have already strengthened their technical skills. They have learned the technical skills. It will be converted purely based on the sports and your performance. Then especially if they are identified as possessing special talent, choose to pursue the high performance in their sports. So they will also select from this stage, train to train, this stage to achieve them in the highest performance. However, they were still encouraged to participate at least one other sports. So multi-sports also activity, they will be allowed to participate. The next stage, train to compete. Ages between 16 to 23, 15 to 21 in females, male and female respectively. So individual specialization sports, and now work optimize the athlete capabilities, the technical, tactical, physical, mental, emotional, and more. The training region are intense, and the aim is to prepare the athlete for competition and podium performances. Then train to win. The elite athletes, physical, technical, mental, lifestyle capabilities are fully established. So this is the stage, train to win. When the previous stage, they are preparing them for the competitions and podium performances. Then here they are training for the achieving the maximum performance and to win the national and international medal. So these are the stages, last stage we will see. Then active for life, it is any age, it's a male, it is a master's, we are less concerned. So here how they train them based on this training process is based on. So they train them keeping the adaptation, this thing, increasing adaptation is in the hours. You can see here, the left hand side according to the stages, learn to train. When they come to the active, this child, you can say, and fundamental, after the fundamental stage, the years is age is given, the training age, then competition is given. You can see learn to train, then only they are given the 100 to 200 hours per year. So slowly you can see each stages, they will increase the level of adaptation or the level of training. The hours they will be increasing, keep on increasing in order for the adaptation and the volume also based on this hours of training. So training age, you can see 1 or 2 years, this learn to train. So here he will be for 1 or 2 years. Already he has done some fundamental movements, then active movements, fundamental movements. Then here he will learn to train for 1 or 2 years based on his capabilities, individual peculiarities, mental capabilities. And this stage they will have 4 to 6 competition. But the competition will not be such a way that international competition, but they will have some competition experiences, exposures Why? Because they have to be acquainted with the competition, and they will stage, we can say stage spirit, or stage guttness, or mental strengthness in the stage performing the lift. It varies with the lifter to lifter. So in order to develop these qualities, the control of emotions, how to participate, how to expose yourself in the stage. So they will make the exposure of the competition. So as the stage increases, you can see the left hand side corner, the right hand side the column, you can see the number of competition also increases with the stage by stage. So their factor of this thing is the hours. And next we see the Russian, this system of training, multi-year training. You can see there they also have this classification based on this, but they have beginner, novice, class 3, 2, 1, CMS, MS, MSIC. And you can see in the right table, you can see the age and GPP and SPP. As they in the Canadian model, we have seen how much they are spending the time in this specific sports and this thing. The same pattern is there, but this is the Russian is the oldest one, and performance based also. You can see here, everything is a long-term development only, athlete development only. You can see here the GPP is being 70 to 80%, 20 to 30% SPP. As the age grows on, the ratio is differs. You can see the 20 years of age, 20 to 25%, 75 to 80%. Once the development stage, you can say the adolescent stage is the development stage age. So after this thing, you need to maintain and you have to develop your maximum strength. Then only you can achieve the highest performance. So the process, development process, what they do after the selection of 12 years of age, they begin training between 13 to 14 years. So the beginner stage lasts for 1 year or more, emphasis on GPP, conditioning like running, jumping, playing recreational game. The same process is being carried out either by Canada, either by Russians or by Cubans. The fundamental is the same thing. The teaching fundamental to technique, evaluating the physical qualities of the lifter. Then comes the education stage where they develop the correct technique and learning of the correct technique and precision in executing the technique, volume increased to divert to specialization and progressively less on GPP. So as the age grows on, the GPP level will be decreased. So candidate of master, this is a CMS, what we have seen in the early table. So last for 2 to 3 years to reach the development, the very highest level of technical skills, strength and power, emphasis on GPP drops to insignificant level. So master of sports, the future champion emerges, requires 3 to 4 years and 5 to 10 years to make national level. So here you can see they have decided that the master 5 to 10 years to make a national and 7 years for the lighter lifter to reach the higher level. So the same process, the what R.A. Roman has stated in his dynamic performance stages, you can see that the highest is achieved in the 9 years or 8 years. So in between years, it depends upon the individual peculiarities, how it is developed. Then there is an example. This is the multi-year program. You can see the repetition, how this starts. And the intensity, this first 2 years, you can see it starts at 14 years. And we can see, we have seen in the Olympic trainability, this diagram also. They have after the when they attain the puberty, after 12 to 18 months, they gain the more strength. The same formula, you can see the same way they are using. Here you can see the first 2 years, the percentage of intensity will be purely based on the your body weight. Then only at the third year of the training, actual training starts at 14 years, 13, 14 years. Only at the third year, you see the percentage will be the 60% and above of your 1 RM in your respective lifts. But in the first 2 things, they are only giving your up to the body weight, based on the body weight. Then you can see here the repetition also is gradually increased. I have given the percentage of increase in the repetition also. First to second year 20%, and then third year 16, fourth year 30%. So the percentage of repetition differs with the 10 to 30% yearly increase in the repetitions. So in order to increase the adaptation level, we have to increase the repetition. So they do average weight, coefficient, everything is done, but their adaptation level is being slowly increased in the this number of repetition they give during the training years, multi-year program. So we will see one example of the fourth year. That is the 9,123 repetitions, how they are dividing and variable in the blocks. So they had one, Mr. Bedvedev stated in system of multi-year training program, the block system. It was given around 1980s, the book 70 to between 75 to 80, the book was published. You can see here the number of repetitions in fundamental in the sense snatch, clean and jerk, squat and pull. Then this is the additional exercise, this thing, and you can see snatch, clean jerk, squat and pull. So they divide this exercise also in order to develop the strength of your individual muscle, also develop your explosiveness also. This snatch means snatch and related exercises, clean and related exercise. So they will develop your qualities as a fundamental also, fundamental exercise also, and you are developing the individual muscle group, which are very much important for the weightlifting. Then in the right side table, you can see the block system, how they divided the repetitions. Now, just there is a graphical representation you can see here. Next I will show you. So here also the same as the Canada, you can see the distribution of percentages. So in the 11 year, 12 year, 13 year, 14 year. So when the actual training starts, the training you can see here, the 14 years of age. So you can see here the 60% counts. Till then they will start with here only purely based on their body weight only. They will be given this 70% till this the body weight. 13, 14 years when they start. Then 1 year afterwards, you can see here they will count it only from the 60% of your performance. Then in the down column, you can see the age wise, then the training hours. You see the training hours is also being increased gradually. 6, 8, 12 with the novice to your MSIC. Then annual repetition, it is in thousands, 4,000 to 5,000, 6,000 to 7,000. The last column, right hand side MSIC, you can see that 20 to 25,000. So annual repetition also they divide how much repetition should be in the snatch and clean jerk, is 90% plus. This is also increasing your relative intensity, average relative intensity. It is also increasing with the performance. Then annual competition, you can see in the last row, you can see it's the annual competition keeps on increasing. So the competitive, your competitive ability is also being increased with the your level training age. So this education training, they are saying novice 3, 2, 1. So differentiated this education training, sports perfection, and the sports mastery. So this next, just an example, you can see the how the fourth year program with the 9,173 repetition, how they are dividing it in a group. You can see, so they are dividing it 52 weeks divided into the blocks. Then this is the block system which he mentioned. So here distributed preparatory stage. This is a double periodization, you can say. The 6 month period they have taken. So here they have kept the number of competitions. The first main, it will be in the 28th week. Next will be in the 58th week. Then additional competition they are adding, and also with the transition phase also. So there will be no loading will be planned in the first, 21st, 22nd. After the competition, you can see the competition, first main competition is the 28th week. So 21st and 22nd is your transition. Then 50th week, 50 and 52 is your transition, and we will work on that GPP on this during this process. So the number of exercises also they have distributed along with the fundamental and addition. So this is the graphical representation. You can see the blocks 1, 2, 3, 4. Likewise, though the monthly average repetition is high, you can see 951, 900, 941, 886. So the distribution among the block, you can see the how it is in a increasing. It is what is a progressive, you can say. Here the progressive when there is a one session. This is for your recuperation. Then one high before the competition. So they are planned in a systematic program it is. So the percentage of injuries will be very much minimized. The injury is inevitable, but you as a coach, we have to consider this as we can program such a way that we can minimize the amount of injury in the children and youth. So when the first block, you can see the first, after the main competition, you can see the number of repetition has been reduced. Why? Because of they are again going for the GPP. These 3 blocks, they are training them for the GPP. So they have reduced the number of repetition. So it is purely based how you divide your training program into GPP and your SPP. Then in the 8th block, it is increasing because the 11th block, we are having some of the major competition. You can see then again the repetition has been increased. But the division in the weekly, you can see that the average here, average weekly, you can see in the starting 6 months, it is more than 200. Average, you can say more than 200 or 220 repetition. But when it comes to the last these stages, except the block 9, you can see the next 2 block, it is average is very much below 200 level. You can see average is below the 3, you can see 3 range mark is average your is very much below the 200 mark. So it is like giving you training, making you adaptation, and with the proper recovery to the next phase, and in order to go for the competition or achieve the highest performance. So then we come for the Cuban, the performance based training, we can say they also have this distribution of these categories and sports performances. You can see the elite, they have marked them as, why we are saying performance based means, here you can see in the bottom, the third 2, that's a male and female, they have given separately. Top one is men and bottom one is women. So you can see from right hand side, third, second, first candidate, inter and candidate elite and elite level. So the performance from the male, you can see from the right side, is starting his performance at 176. They are setting the target at 271. So after each some 1 or 2 years of learning or training and competing in the competition, finally elite stage means Olympic or World Championship, he is attaining, he is coming to the 270, sorry. So each category, they have distributed this thing based on the performance. The target they set is realistic, which can be attainable. It is decided during the planning. It is purely this, you can see in the top, Mr. M. Del Fedre. So he has modified this thing, and he has given clearly a clear-cut picture how they are planning these children. And next, you can see the performance, the 10 years. Only they are given for the 10 years because you can achieve the highest. And here one also you have to point, you can see this, where the early stages, there is increase in the performance year to year. You can see the 40 kg, 28 kg, it is being, though the performance is increasing, the level of improvement, your poundage per year is keep on decreasing. You can see the 56 kg, for example, he is doing first year, he is doing 126, then 166. Though your level of performance, you can see it is keep on increasing, but the amount of weight you are increasing per year is being reduced. You can see it is a decreasing. The performance is increasing. The amount, the difference between first year and second year, keep on decreasing. You can say the maximum after the each category, you can see after the 8 years, there is not much development in the performance. So they achieve the target in the 8 years, they achieve the maximum. This is the 10th year, they go for Olympic or World Championship. Last year also, the world, if I'm not wrong, 45 kg, a Cuban girl has got a silver medal, I think. So they are performing better, and they are winning a medal. This is the process how they program for the long-term planning. The all 3 models are purely based on the long-term athletic development only, but their method of improving or giving the adaptation or application of this planning is little different. Some Canadian model, they are applying it in hours, though that is the calculative of average weight will be definitely there, but the volume will be calculated and it will be varied within among the weeks. And you can see here what they are doing based on this performance, the monitoring how they do. You can see here, this is the microcycle they have given. The microcycle, the minimum, little, big, left hand side, you can see minimum, little, middle, big, and sub maximum and maximum they have given. So these are the four stages they have distributed: the low, medium, you can say medium, high, very high. So these are distributed. This microcycle they are fixed. They distributed will be according to the preparatory period, according to the transition period, according to the competition period, pre-competition, whatever period you can take. So these guidelines will be taken by them. And for this load index, you can say the monitoring they have seen. You can see the individual. You can see right hand side with the bottom table, the tonnage, the average weight. You can say the tonnage, the weight lifted into number of lift is your tonnage, the volume what you take in a session. Then down you can see the what is the average weight they are calculating. It is a total tonnage, the total average weight divided total tonnage divided by number of lifts you are doing in a session. Then the coefficient is a purely depends on the average weight, how much you do. So average weight into 100 divided by the Olympic total. So this is the monitoring wise how you have to perform, how much you have to perform. The constant increase in average weight, it is also research and stated that constant increase of this 3 to in between 2 to 3 you increase in the average weight. It will increase the performance by 10 kg. It is stated by the Mr. R.A. Roman in his book. So for all groups, you can see the coefficient of volume. You can see average relative intensity into the repetition. What is this average relative intensity? It is the average weight into 100 divided by maximum exercise. So this average relative intensity is purely based on the individual exercises what you have to develop, as it is in squat, as it is in pull, as it is in snatch and clean and jerk. So independently, separately, they have given this average relative intensity, how much should be attained in order to achieve the highest performance. So this thing, now my lecture is completed. So we will go for just question session. 1 minute. I will just unmute all. Yes, please, you can unmute yourself and you can just go through it. The next section is our coaches. I have just given it in a screen sharing. You can see tomorrow Mr. Hannam sir will take the classes. Yes, sir. Sir Hannam sir, please.
Yeah, please. Anybody wants to put any question, you can ask, please. Nobody want to ask anything?
So the screen is visible, sir. Hannam sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Fine.
Okay. With this, we will be winding up today's session. Pandan, आपने opening?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is that. You can see, sir.
Put that
yes, sir.
one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Okay, fine, sir.
This is the next week's assignment. Illustrate the angle of joints, ankle, knee, and hip in various phases of snatch, clean, and jerk in about 200 words. So please make a note of this. By next Monday, you can submit this one. And the earlier assignment given to you, the 4-week training plan also, please submit it by today evening so that we can submit to the authorities.
Sir, please repeat.
So with this, I think if you are not asking.
Sir, this is
illustrate the angle.
Yes, please, sir.
Illustrate the angle of joints, in bracket ankle, knee and hip. In various phases of snatch, clean and jerk in about 200 words.
जरा
Okay,
स्टार्ट
Sushant
में
sir.
सर स्टार्ट में बोलना जरा एंगल्स ऑफ जॉइंट इसके
Calculate the angle of joint.
Sir, we'll put in the group, please, huh?
यस सर हाँ
Okay, we'll send in the group also.
Yes, yes. We'll send it.
ओके सर थैंक यू
Thank you.
We'll give the date also with that. We will put
Yes,
this.
sir.
I'm thankful to educative service and explain.
Somebody is
I think everyone has understood exactly the course and they are learning from this process and what the stages of training and all these things. Very nicely with the charts from different here. And it is education, but also you not exactly copy things, but still shown on the slides. So with this, I'm thankful for everyone. Okay,